Another day, another story involving First Brands and that magical missing money that has disappeared so far. First Brands declared bankruptcy back in September with over $10 billion in debts. However, there was around $2.3 billion worth of money that just disappeared. Nobody knows where it went. Now, there are a few theories about what happened here. And the former CEO of the company is in a lot of trouble regarding allegedly using company funds to fund his luxurious lifestyle while the company itself went under. Now, that's relatively small in terms of the overall money that was lost. It was still in the millions of dollars, but nowhere near the billions that have gone missing. However, this might help explain some of it because the new CEO of the company under this new bankruptcy regime has said that managers have admitted to faking invoices at the company. That would explain why there's money on paper, but in reality, there ain't nothing there. Let's have a look. First Brands Group founder Patrick James ordered members of the finance department to transfer hundreds of millions of dollars of corporate cash to his personal bank account, a family trust, and various businesses that he controlled, according to the company's new chief executive during a testimony in federal court on Monday. This is massive. If this is true, this is massive. Patrick James is going to be behind bars for a long time if that is true. Charles Moore also testified that within weeks of arriving at First Brands, he uncovered evidence of massive financial fraud at the auto parts company, from fake invoices to using the same assets to win loans from different lenders, a process known as double pledging collateral. Unsurprisingly, that's illegal. Moore told US bankruptcy judge Christopher Lopez, who is overseeing the insolvency case, that he talked to three members of management who admitted to him that the company doctored invoices used to secure financing. Lopez held an unusual hearing in Houston to decide whether he should unfreeze personal accounts and assets under James's control. The company's new managers, including Moore, argue that money should remain out of James's reach as First Brands builds a legal case to claw it back and turn it over to creditors owed billions of dollars. James is fighting to overturn the freeze, which only allows him to spend money on personal expenses such as rent, transportation, and food. He has denied the allegations of fraud. First Brands lawyers showed a 2022 message from one member of the company's finance department to another, in which an employee suggested that they may have to make what they called dummy invoices to secure additional financing. In a subsequent message, a top member of the finance department doesn't express any concern about falsifying invoices, according to Moore. Moore was surprised by this and explained, quote, "I would think that if the notion of creating a dummy invoice was new or not happening, there would have been some sort of reaction to that." End quote. James resigned as CEO of the company in October, and lenders who were offering to save the company from shutting down refused to give First Brands rescuing finance if James didn't depart, according to Moore. And a spokesperson for James said in response to this, quote, "Mr. James has always conducted himself ethically and is committed to doing everything he can to support First Brands stakeholders during the restructuring process." End quote. So yeah, he denies it. There's some pretty strong claims there. Makes you think, doesn't it? You know, that money has to be somewhere. And it seems like a lot of it, hundreds of millions of dollars, is potentially with their former CEO. We'll have to see how this all evolves, guys. But like I said, this is getting really spicy now. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys, if you want to see more like this. I'll have plenty more updates for First Brands and anything to do with cars here on the channel as always, guys. Have a good one.